Want that one? How you doing, guys? Loving the Yellowstone River out here in beautiful Montana. This is the time of year to be right here in Montana. Yesterday when I came in it was raining. Today 72 degrees. Sunshine, clouds mix on and off. But there's plenty of people here camping. We're not alone. I've been here when I've been completely alone before, so well, this is really nice. If you haven't been following the last couple videos, I am expediting my trip to the Northwest due to I need cooler weather. I basically hit it. As soon as I got to Wyoming, it started getting really nice, but I mean, I'm a Northwest guy, so I'm going to keep the content fresh and continue to share some beauty from the Pacific Northwest, which may include some summertime here in Montana, and Idaho, and Washington, and Oregon. It could be. What'd you find? What do you smell? Do you smell this? You want to smell that? You want to kill it? You should kill it. You should get it. You should go get it. This is a beautiful campground. I will put some GPS coordinates in the video description below this video. You can plug that into Waze or Google or your iPhone maps or whatever you want and come out here. You get 10 days free camping out here with your RV just 10 feet away from the Yellowstone River. It's amazing. And there's at least 25 sites through here. Maybe half of them are riverfront. This is my favorite site, though. If you want this one, you got to come on a bad day, a rainy day. But yeah, this is probably about the happiest I've been since I got the base camp, the home base in Illinois. This is as happy as I've been. And it's a much different kind of happy, you know? It's nature. It's what I love doing. Want to try out your tent? We haven't used your tent in a while. Go try out your tent. All right. Well, it's obviously much, much different than the pet buggy. But you know what? It gives Jax a safe way to explore outside so that I can sit next to him. He doesn't have to worry about creatures from the lagoon, the river. He's totally safe in case there's a dog that's unleashed. And gets to be outside and eat grass. Tell him, Jax, better than being cooped up inside, right? Tell him. That's right. I got a good human. My human takes care of me. He lets me be outside, man. Yeah. I'm at 92% on my move ring on my Apple Watch, so let's go walk around the campground and see what else there is. This place here, Itch-Kep-Pe Park, is split into 2 different camping sections that were done at 2 different times. So I'm in what's called the upper campground. I'm in the last site here at the upper campground, and then the loop goes all the way around with half of them riverfront and half of them non-riverfront. Again, there's my campsite, the last one, and then this little sign that says more campgrounds, half a mile down this dirt road. Watch out for the Montana gator in these waters. Between the 2 campgrounds, there is a little golf course, a little 18-hole course here, private for members. I'm a golfer myself, but it's one of those things that's really tough to do on the road. When I first started in Tilly, I used to carry my own clubs with me, and then I found out that all these places around the country, they all have unique special clubs that are just for that area that you have to join and pay admissions to. You can't just come in unless you pay, like, you know, a ridiculous price. Pretty much the same thing as like a fishing license. We are close to railroad tracks, you can probably hear. Same thing for a fishing license, at least in most states. In Washington State, it's like $22 for a freshwater license for a resident, and closer to $89, possibly even $95 a year for non-residents, which doesn't make sense because if you're not a resident, you're not going to be there very long. Why does it cost 4 or 5 times as much? I don't really know. But golfing on the road kind of ended my first year on the road, and I gave up. But I look forward to doing some golf with my dad and my brother when I get back to Washington State. Oh, my allergies are bothering me a little bit. I also like how you can find lots of different kinds of trees and wildlife around the country that's very, very different. See this tree behind me? Saw the snow from my intro? That's cottonwood tree. And it makes it look like it's snowing up in the trees. Oh, it's really getting me. My eyes are soaking wet here. Ugh. But you get this kind of buildup on the side of the road. It just looks like puffy cotton that you'd make a t-shirt with. And just goes and goes and goes. Oh my gosh, I swear I'm not crying, guys. I'm not crying. I'm just, my eyes are watering. I saw a sad movie. Speaking of the cottonwood flakes driving my allergies crazy, one thing I grew up with in Washington State that drove my allergies crazy was something called Scotch broom, which you'll have non-locals come through and say, oh, look at that beautiful yellow color on the side of the highway. And then locals are like, that's a weed, that's Scotch broom, and it's horrible. It's like, it's not pretty, it's yellow, but it's a weed. And the only way to remove them properly, you can't cut them. You can't snip them with loppers, you can't cut them with a chainsaw, because then you're just spreading the seeds. The only way to get rid of this Scotch broom is to uproot it by its roots. There's an actual Scotch broom puller tool that clamps down at the base of it, and you just keep wrenching until it pulls it out by the roots. But this like 3-day period in August, I think it's from like August 19th to August 22nd, the buds on these Scotch brooms start popping everywhere in the entire Northwest. You can be out in a field of Scotch broom and hear pop, 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 pop. Little buds are popping and spreading the seeds all over. And if you see me on one of those days, I get hives around my neck. It starts itching and my eyes are watering and my throat hurts. Yeah, it's a bad seasonal allergy for me. I brave through it every summer I come back, but, you know, I don't like Scotch broom. And in case you're wondering, this water is usually pretty clear. This is the dirtiest I've ever seen the Yellowstone River. But this area did get a lot of rain in the last few days, and you still got some snow melt from the mountains coming down, and that combined just made it really, really dirty. And for that reason, and for the fact that I'm not hot anymore, like everywhere I was at where it was triple digits and upper 90s, I was really, really warm. And no doubt you would have saw me jump in a body of water, but it's going to take a little more than 70 degree ambient outdoor temperature to jump in the water. However, with that said, I am ready to go float some rivers. So checking in with some friends back home, trying to find out what the schedule is and the float times and everything. I still got my inner tube, and I got some friends that got tubes, and just got to get 2 vehicles and figure it out. And remember, both loops have sites that are over by the water, and they have sites that are not by the water. They're just out in the bushes. And you might ask yourself, well, why do people choose to camp here away from the water? I don't know. I'm a water guy. If there's a water site open, you are going to find me closest to the water. But at both sections that are ironically away from the water, they have, well, water, drinking water available over here. It's always been on my other stays. Let's just check it real quick. Yep, it's on. We got drinking water, so you can stop here first and top off your RV, or you can just top off on the way out. And I just closed my move ring for the day, and we still got to walk all the way back. So I really do like this place. This is my 4th time staying here. One of my favorite places in the entire state of Montana. If it were just a free campground, it may not mean that much to me, but the fact that it's on the Yellowstone River, and you can boondock, and where I'm at, you can actually get solar. I don't have to run my generator at all. I can live out here for 10 full days off the sun, as long as it's sunny. Yeah. So we'll walk back to base camp, and by that time I think the sun will have fully set. It'll start getting dark. We'll start a little propane fire so I can burn through the last little bit of propane in my tank and then top that off. I know, it's not the same as like a real campfire with wood, but you know what? It's easy, it's convenient, it is what it is. Started pouring on me on the way back. And I have to point out, my Apple Watch encouraged me and told me to go on a walk because there was, quote, 0% chance of rain. Not 0.00001, but 0% chance of rain. Although I bet you can't see it. Pouring. That's the other thing about the Northwest is you could have the best day possible with amazing sunshine and heat, but it still rains every single day. Not all day, but every single day. So, I'm going to put off doing the campfire there. Go check the weather report, see if it still says 0% chance. Yep, still 0% chance of rain. Hello? McFly? McFly! It's raining! I love it, man. What's the point of even looking at the weather? What a joke. Should we watch some Netflix instead? Yeah, you want to watch some TV with Dad? Alright, man. I kid. I give Montana a hard time, but I do the same thing to Florida. Exact same thing, no matter where I'm at. I always make fun of the weather. I still love it, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my night here, guys, and close this video up. I can't do a time lapse overnight because it's gonna rain. So, yeah, the next update you hear from me will either be in Idaho, or Washington State. So, Jackson, I'll see you in a few days. Bye, guys.